Going stronger together in business by building powerful partnerships and collaborations was the central theme of this year's edition of the UBA Business Series. Earlier today, the Pan-African Global Bank put together a panel of entrepreneurs that shared their lessons and experiences on business success in Nigeria. Let's take a listen.
We're talking about funding. Are your books ready? Because a lot of people always say, well, there's no fund, there's no, but are you really ready to receive those funds? Can you handle it? And then we've talked about red flags. You have to be realistic about who you're actually willing to work with. Is it worth it, or is it going to pose a risk for your business and end you entirely? So being realistic when it comes to becoming a founder of any kind of business is very important. You don't want to be in debt. You don't want to put yourself in a tight corner. You don't want to set unrealistic goals for yourself that will end up frustrating you to a point where you're even looking at quitting. So be realistic when you want to go into a business. That's it.
Thank you very much. So Wale, let's hear your thoughts.
Okay, so you want me to do it in 1 minute? It's very hard, but I'll try and do whatever I can do in 1 minute. So you want to do business. When people come to me and say, well, they're doing business or they want to do business, the first question I ask them is that, why do you want to do business? In fact, if I'm going to give anybody any advice, don't do business. No, you want me to be real, right? Okay, so why do you want to do business? Because you see that why in itself, that is what will sustain you throughout the business journey. And you must be clear. You must be clear with what exactly you want to achieve. You know, many people start business these days, or they are doing a business because they see somebody succeed at it. They are excited about it. Excitement doesn't build business. Does not. Does not. See, your business will start from startup, which is the proof of concept. The fact that, see, business is simple. It's not very complicated. It's either product or service. There's nothing else outside of it. Product, who are those who need your product? Is your product relevant? Is your product something that they need? And you have to, you know, you are doing business, you have to be thinking about, how can I improve this product? How can I improve this service? And business is not sentiment. Don't be nice when you are doing business. It's either you eat somebody or they eat you. Which one do you prefer? Some of you might prefer to be eaten. You are very nice. You want, somebody is killing your market share. So you can't be nice when you're doing business. Is you have a sector that you're operating in, be the giant. See, I said I can't do this in 1 minute, but you know, so just don't let me start. Start up to growth, to scale. You see, when you start a business, you're excited, okay, somebody can buy your product. So when it comes to growth, it's a different ballgame entirely. And the more you grow in that business, the more you lose your sleep. You see, when you now get to scale, you see, between growth and scale, that's where the real fight is. Because scale is quantum. Growth might be 1 to 2, 2 to 4. Whatever, but you see, scale is, you're not doing it, you're gaining relevance, now you want to scale it, you want to do 10x of what you used to do before. And trust me, you will need every strength at that point. And everything you do between growth and scale, when you scale, something will test it, which is the stability phase, what you've built. Something will try to destroy your business. If you can survive it, that's when you move to sustainability and you start it again. But you must keep that startup energy every time that you're in business. So if you want to do business, just do it, but understand your why. That's where I started from. Understand your why you want to do it, so that every time you are discouraged, every time you face a challenge, every time you go back to your why. And that why is what will sustain you all throughout the business journey. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Wale.
I think that in the media, you have to understand that you're fighting for the attention economy. And what that means is everything you do has to be unique. It has to be true to who you are, and your only power is true authenticity. I keep saying that word, but it is really the case. And what you create is your fingerprint that you're sharing with the rest of the world. And what will resonate with people is how original and how unique that is. So you have to have tunnel vision when you're in the creative world, and try not to be distracted by what's going on your left and the right. You can learn, but when it's time to execute, to make sure it's original and unique to you, and be unapologetic about it. And if you don't believe in yourself, nobody else will. If you don't sell yourself, nobody else will buy or know that you're even available to be purchased. And if you don't make sure that you are giving value, quality, and you are functioning with integrity and a high level of commitment to what you're doing, this is a temporary shot in the dark that will not bear any fruit. So the long game requires authenticity, and it requires the correct character, morals, values, and all of that to make sure you're in it for the long run, but more importantly, that you are able to connect with your audience and build a product that is bigger than anything you could imagine.
Thank you so much, PS. Thank you so much. So, Mai, let's hear from you before we call it a close.
I think for my industry, it's quite easy. Everybody's already doing everything you want to do. So there's really nothing new you can do. So what you need to do is figure out those that are doing what you want to do